representing the legendary Al Davis. And the team's wheel to just win, baby. The torch is lit before every game inside of Allegiant Stadium, as these fans hope it indeed drives their Raiders to victory in Vegas. Coming up, we're keeping things in the AFC for an intra-conference contest between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders. On the visitor sideline for the Chargers, running back Omarion Hampton. He is in line for a tough test, going against the #1 rushing defense in the NFL. And for Las Vegas, their running back Ashton Jency is signed with a chance to reach double-digit victories with a win here this week. Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And away we go at Allegiant Stadium. We dodged the tackle. This makes it up to the 25. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. They're led out by the first overall pick in the draft. Help lead Indiana football's turnaround, Fernando Mendoza.
As you take the field coming off of a real late season bye, you just want to maximize what last week was all about. Making sure that physically, mentally, emotionally you're recharged so you can go attack the final stretch of this season.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. And the first carry here for Ashton Jency. And give him the first down here. Looks to be an even 20 on that play. Well, there's been nobody worse running the football this season, Brock, than these guys, to put it bluntly. But on that play, it looked like they were taking some notes from the league's best with how they advanced it.
The notes being taken were the defense were reading the press clippings, and maybe you shouldn't, because that's a reminder in the NFL on any given Sunday. You better do your job or you can be embarrassed.
Just one play into this drive, and they are already sitting on their own 45. Going to the ground again on first. And second down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
Tackled back at the 41-yard line.
Clock winding down. Clint Kubiak's not going to risk a penalty. He calls timeout. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. All right, here we go. Second down. Here's Mendoza. Caught. Trey Tucker makes the play. Nice work here as he pushes forward for 20 plus the first.
You just love that kind of execution because it's able to make an impact, Kate, beyond simply getting the first down. That yardage really sets them up now to be aggressive with a new set of downs.
And off to Jency. Solid running here. That's 9 yards. He brings up second down. Now, you take these types of results as early wins in a game, Brock, both in getting their running back started and getting your guys to start winning that battle up front, too.
Moving a man against his will and doing it right from the jump, that often portends to good things offensively.
Jency back there, 1st and 10. Well, he's been busy to start this one. Last play is 4th carry already. Now Mendoza. And this is going to wind up incomplete. Second down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Still 10 to go. It's second down now from the 26. This is Mendoza. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line. And the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Well, for a great opening drive, this is where you can run into that speed bump. We see it all the time, getting down near the end zone and trying to find your way in.
Yep, operated so well and efficiently, but when you get into the scoring zone, the red zone, that's when the pressure ramps up.
And it's incomplete. complete on 3rd and goal.
Kate, I've talked to you over the years, the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On 3rd down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
All right, they're going for this. I like this being aggressive from the get-go on their opening drive. Here's Mendoza out of the play fake. And we get an incredible goal-to-go stand to begin this ball game as they force the incompletion and a turnover on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything, and boy, did they ever attack it.
So now we'll get a look at the other offense as the Chargers take the field. The 7th-year starter leading them out. He's had a good first 6 years in the NFL, hoping for his best one yet this time around. Justin Herbert.
I'm still such a believer, Kate, that the best ability is availability. And when you're available, you can reach that 3,000-yard passing mark as he did a week ago, and you know he only wants to add on from here.
They'll run here with Amari on Hampton. He's hit and taken down after a 27-yard gain. And that is good for a Chargers first down. All set to go now from the 35.
Los Angeles.
They'll send their tight end right. Herbert back to throw. He's got Njoku on the out. It looks like he got around 8 yards before he headed out of bounds, Brock. Second down. Great start on that first down. Only need 2 here on second.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Opening carry of the game for Kimani Vidal. Nothing doing on second. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be 3rd and longer. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
And that one's not going to be caught. Could have extended the drive, but the defender timed it perfectly, breaks it up. That means it's 4th down. The Chargers lined up in punt formation. That's taken at the 15. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10.
The Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10. First play is going to be again to Genty. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
Brought down by Khalil Mack. A gain of a yard.
We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They're looking down to 2nd and 9. Back to Genty. So a solid gain there, Brock, but still 3rd down and short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play. Okay, so they sent the blitz, but it almost seemed to backfire there, Brock. They ran through it for a pretty nice gain.
Yeah, because there's a little boom or bust, right? Is an offense, as a QB, if you see that and run away from the blitz, it can be effective like it was there.
He's caught. He's got Brown. Get in there for the stop. They're giving him about 9 on the play. And it is 1st down, Las Vegas.
They call 3rd downs money downs for a reason, Kate, because it takes everybody offensively to cash in. Excellent protection, set the table for the QB to get the completion and the yards necessary.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45. Play fake. Here's Mendoza. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Now we'll see the medical team head out towards a Charger who's still on the field and in some pain. All set to go now from the 35. It's Mendoza. A throw left side, caught by Brown. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Giving this to Genty. So call it a half dozen on that run block. It's second down.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
This is Genty on second. And he will not get the first, but ooh, this is close. Looks like they're going to have about a yard at most to gain after he picked up 3. Third down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
Another give here to Genty. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal. Sure seems like running at a blitzing defense shouldn't work out too often, Brock, but right there it did nicely for him.
Yeah, football's kind of a funny game, Kate, because it could be super complex. Yeah. You get into a lot of language and a lot of detail, and then other times, like, just run away from it. Just run away from it, and good things can happen.
No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Second down. This is Mendoza. Looking end zone, but way too much on it. It goes through and incomplete. That's going to bring up 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Here's the snap to Mendoza. He's hit and taken down. They got him at the 18. Junior Colson. And not only does that play lose a ton of yardage, it's now 4th and goal. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Matt Gay on to line up this field goal. It's from 35 yards away. Gay's kick is good. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard. And we are still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we've hit our 2-minute warning. The Raiders with the lead at home here at Allegiant. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, only able to get this up to his 25-yard line. The Chargers and receiver Keenan Allen making their way back out. And he's been having such a great season in this offense. You can see, actually top 5 in the league in receiving touchdowns so far. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. To throw, Herbert. Right side and in the hands of Allen. And he's going to be forced out of bounds with a gain of, looks like about 4. Got 4 on the completion, so still 6 ahead of him on 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Herbert. That one's complete. Amari on Hampton. And they're going to have it all the way down to the 25.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. Hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's going to be good for an LA 1st down. Looking inside the red zone. As the hookup again to Njoku. And not in just yet. They stop him at the 2. That's going to bring up 1st and goal.
Tight ends will eat up every one of those opportunities to show and prove they could be chain movers as well. Even as they get more.
And he gets in. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Goal line formation. A give to the fullback powering forward. Is that Lorenzo Neal? That Tom Rathman down there, Brock? It doesn't get more old school smash mouth than that.
Yeah, I think you could go back to the early 1900s with no face masks and still find that play, that formation, and yes, sometimes even that touchdown.
That one splits the uprights.
Makes the score.
And they jump ahead by 4.
Raiders 3.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. So no return this time. Let's see if they run a play or if they just decide to kneel out the half.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
First and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here. Mendoza now. Lasers this one deep down the middle. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left. Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's second and 10.
To second and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Mendoza working. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. And the Chargers watch as the return goes out of bounds, bringing us to the end of our first half.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. Week 14 is here, the final 5 weeks of the regular season. Teams jockeying for position. Let's get after it. Our journey through the NFL starts now. At M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, the Ravens at home to take on Tampa Bay. The Ravens always tough on defense, and this play no different here. We know how tricky it is to try and throw in the snow, and here is why. Easily intercepted, and from there, no one's going to catch him. He's gone. Now a game with playoff implications in the NFC. It's the Giants headed to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. And this is the second year back, Cam Scattaboo. He sees an opening and takes advantage of it. A 6.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Has this at the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. Here come the Chargers for their first drive of the second half. And through 2 quarters, Brock, it has been the defenses directing the pace of this game. Both offenses, I expect, got the same message during halftime. Switch things up, guys. Switch it up.
Yeah, that's not a pleasant message. It's such a dichotomy sometimes in that locker room at halftime, especially when one side of the ball is doing their job and you're not. These offenses got to get it going.
First play, they'll give it to Hampton. And that's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up second and 2.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Working on second down. Herbert. Going to the left side, and Johnston has it. And give him a fresh set of downs. That play goes for 10.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First down from the 42. Now an inside give to Hampton. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Trucked on that play by none other Brock than Tonka Hemingway.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Now Herbert on second down. Called in by Njoku left side. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Always a fun race up here in the booth between quarterback and receiver to watch. Who sees it first, that opening? If a receiver wins it, that hand's going up in the air, he wants it. Quarterback wins it, passes out before he's even looking for it, and when they both recognize it, you get a first down.
It's a good running after the catch. He's able to turn that into a gain of 7 on first.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook is wide open.
Motioning one of the tight ends. It's Hampton on second. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means third down coming up.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
7th play of the drive. Offense facing 3rd and 3. Herbert now. He finds Njoku complete. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Here's Herbert now on first. A perfect 4 for 4 so far to start this second half. They bring Johnston in motion. Shotgun give to Hampton. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
On 2nd down, Herbert has him on the quick hitter. Looks like about 7 on the completion before he headed out of bounds. 3rd down coming up.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Herbert now to throw on 3rd. Complete here to Hampton. And he's not going to be able to get them the first. They stop him just shy of what they needed. An interesting call now coming up on 4th down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
So the field goal team stays sidelined. They're going to go for this. Receiver in motion. He's headed right. Trying with Hampton. They blow this play up. They're humbled and sent off the field here with a loss of yards and a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, it's almost like the defense was in the offensive huddle before the play. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run. And the reward is they get off the field.
The Raiders and Fernando Mendoza back out there offensively. And he's been one of the best at leading an offense this season. As you can see, he's at 2nd in the NFL right now in touchdown passes. Look at this, 3 tight ends to the right on his 1st and 10. Counter give to Jency. And they've got a 1st down, giving a gain of 13 on that previous play.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively, because you also know you can set the table for more.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
All right, 1st and 10, going heavy to the right side here, 3 tight ends. And time runs out before we can get another snap here in this 3rd quarter. It's Raiders football, and they'll need to get to work. They're trailing here late. Back for the start of the 4th quarter, and they're going to start here with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Jency. And they'll get to him here. Play finally put to an end after about 15 yards gained, and they got that 1st down too. Now, he has taken this entire drive himself so far, Brock. Some assists, of course, from the guys up in front of him.
You'd be the first to give him credit, but he also knows when you get this going on the ground, it just sets the table for everything else.
Mendoza. He finds Brown right side. Defense finally able to close on this after a gain of about 24. And that is good for a Raiders first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
33-yard line.
Look at this, 3 tight ends to the right on this 1st and 10. Give up the guts. It's Genty. Drops by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
On the tackle. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. This is Mendoza. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete. Try getting that one to Brock Bowers. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. So 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. Play action, Mendoza. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. And the Chargers get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
And so, former lineman, he would have loved watching the student body get right out in front of that thing. Those blockers just knocking people off the ball and letting them clear the way so that running back could show off his speed.
Running it with Hampton. And this is going to be just what this defense ordered. A great play to back these guys up. Shift the momentum a little here in the 4th. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Throwing now, Herbert. Going with a screen to Hampton. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet. This is kind of good on good. An offense gets completion, not going backwards. And the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Now Herbert to throw. He's going to run for it. Taken down, but not before he picks up 11 on the play. And that gives LA the first.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Los Angeles.
And understandably, they're happy to just let this clock run down to our 2-minute warning. Chargers holding a 4-point lead. They've got first down here from the 36. Hampton gets the handoff. And they get him for a loss. That's a big one, Brock, and might see them burn a timeout. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense.
At the 38-yard line.
That right there, exactly the type of havoc that a well-designed blitz can cause, Brock. Everyone's so busy picking up their rushers. That D tackle cleaned up.
Sure did. He gets his one-on-one, and he shocks him with those heavy...
And that's a Los Angeles touchdown! A wrong day against it. The 2nd score that he has brought in this season. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
That one right down the middle. And the lead up to a much more comfortable 11 points now. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Tucker now on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Raiders and running back Ashton Genty headed back out there. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. First call here coming from the shotgun. Back to work after throwing the pick. Cut out left. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. Big shot is hauled in. Feeder inbounds. Oh, what a play! That is the spark that they needed. 34 yards. Need to work as quick as you can here, Brock. 2 timeouts left, down 2 scores. It's first down. Here's Mendoza. This is Brown, and he's got it downfield. Stops there, but that gets them the first. A big gain before the defense got to him. Looks like about 22 yards.
That's another Las Vegas first down. First and
from the red zone now.
14-yard line.
It's caught left side by Hill. And give him about 4, nothing beyond the catch. And Hill got there quickly. Got 4 on the completion, so still 6 ahead of him on second down.
At the 10-yard line.
Now Mendoza. And right back to him. This time the defense was ready. That hit forces it loose. It's incomplete, and we've got a third down.
Brings up third down and 6 yards to go.
Now to throw. Hits the slant. He's going to be short of that goal line, Brock, but not of the marker. They've got a first and goal. Now the Raiders using the last of their timeouts. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. 4 downs to get this across. Here's first and goal. Here's the snap to Mendoza. And he is in for the touchdown. Still unlikely, Brock, but it's not entirely over just yet with this score.
Touchdown, Las Vegas.
All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
So the touchdown was only a part of it, Brock. They're going to go for 2 now and try to make this just a field goal game. He is to throw. And he can't connect with his man, so they tried for 2, but it doesn't work out.
The score, Chargers 14, Raiders 9.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Needed a lot more to reach the landing zone, so the drive going to start at their own 40-yard line.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And this drive is going to have some great starting field position as a result of that short kick. It goes to a knee as Tom winds down in this one. So the Chargers take this one on the road. And they take not just the victory, but some serious year-long bragging rights home with them after this one, as they finish off the sweep of their division rivals. Representing the legendary Al Davis, and the team's will to just win, baby. The torch is lit before every game inside of Allegiant Stadium, as these fans hope it indeed drives their Raiders to victory in Vegas. Today, we have an all-AFC meeting between the Denver Broncos and the Las Vegas Raiders. On the Broncos sideline, you get a look at their head coach. His side would be happy to continue this recent stretch, winners of 5 of their last 7. Across the way, leading the Raiders, head coach Clint Kubiak. His side also occupying playoff position, so might be a rematch we see play out in this postseason. On the booth alongside Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott, and we're just about set to get this one started. And away we go at Allegiant Stadium. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. And it's going to be the third-year quarterback leading the charge. Winner of double-digit games in each of his first 2 seasons, Bo Nix.
Count me, I'll raise my hand. I'm really interested to see what this is going to look like. The league's best defense and how you go about as a quarterback attacking them. I know this. You've got to be on point because this defense makes you earn everything.
First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this. It's over. Over.
They run it. Here's R.J. Harvey. And he's going to manage 13 yards here before going down. That picks them up to first. A nice early return there. They're going to be more than happy with that one, Brock. And could be a huge boost to their offense if this ground game can get going at this pace.
Every offense in this league searches for explosives. How can we find it? It's often through the air, but when you get it on the ground like that, boy, is it a huge bonus.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on first down.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Back to the line they come, 2nd down. To throw, here's Nix. Downfield, this finds Waddle. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. So they'll decline this and take the results. Ball just a yard shy of midfield, 1st and 10. And motion a receiver left. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
There's the fake. Here's Nix. Rolling out to his left. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an walk. Especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
And this one's going to hit the ground. Incomplete. Had to look up the middle, but trouble hanging on through that contact. That's going to force 4th down. Don't want to punt from here, but too far for a field goal as well. They're going for it here. Here we go with Dobbins. And this will work out for the first down. Got 5 on 4th and 2. And that decision winds up being a good one.
Okay, you and I are not too old to remember a time where this used to almost be a debate. You come in, bring on the special teams and punt it, not in today's NFL. And the numbers tell you so often to go for it. And when you execute like they just did, they'll more than likely go for it again later in the game.
So the drive continues. Offense setting up 1st and 10 now inside the 40. Off the play fake. Here's Nix. And this one is knocked away from the intended targets. Good start from the defense here as that incompletion brings up 2nd down.
The coverage by Javon McCoy.
It's a give here for Dobbins. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
One defender failed. His buddy was there to swarm to the ball. Make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Throwing here, Nix. It is caught left side. And they're going to get almost nothing here compared to what they needed. Just 2 yards on that play. It is 4th down. On comes Will Lutz in the Broncos field goal unit. Ball in the left hash, the distance 53 yards. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
All in all, Kate, I'm going to call that a good start. Offense established himself, moved the ball, and the kicker able to give him a lead.
Trey Tucker to return it. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. Leading them out to #1 overall pick in 2026 out of Indiana. And you know, Brock, I got to mention by way of Cal, it is Fernando Mendoza.
That's a loss last week, Kate, that he wears. He's worn it all week long, and I know he isn't the only guy out there. There's 11 on the side on every play. A couple of interceptions.
He loses the football, and the Broncos corral it. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Did not want to start like that. They get their shot to show what they can do, and they cough it up immediately, and they're off the field in one play.
Did you see what I saw there, Kate? I think I saw the excitement leave their body as somebody else was on top of that fun ball. If you're the type to believe in omens, well, this is a very worrying start to this game.
So the Broncos headed out for their second drive of the game. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Nix now to throw. He finds Ingram working downfield here. And there's the stop after he drives this down to the 13. Talk about an explosive start to this drive. 31 yards.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that can stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes. And what a difference it can make for an offense.
And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards.
Send a pretty clear message to the QB right there on that one. No one fooled for a second as they create the tackle for loss.
They break the huddle. It's second down now. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Just 3-0 is our score. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They have it second down, well inside of field goal range. Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
Harvey. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming. Still managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a...
And he's in for the touchdown. That was a great response, Brock. After they got driven backwards on 1st down, they go right back to the ground and score just 1 play later.
Yeah, and I think if you and I were in the huddle down there after that 1st down loss, I think we would have felt a whole bunch of pride. Give me another shot, and boy, did they deliver.
Will Lutz now on for the extra point. This one splits the uprights. It is good. And that makes this a 10-point game.
Broncos 10, Raiders nothing.
The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Tucker now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Raiders and Fernando Mendoza back out there offensively. And we're getting a look at the leaders in passing touchdowns this season here, where you will find his name among the top 5 right now in the NFL. Mendoza now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be stopped, but not before he picks up 18 yards and a new set of downs.
It's a gain of
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
It's Mendoza. And he will not find the connection on the other end. Incompletion sets up 2nd down.
Just about every play in an NFL game usually has a protagonist and antagonist, a good and a bad. The good there, the courage of that wide receiver. The bad, just could not haul it in.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Mendoza. And he's going to be brought down back at the 34-yard line. 4 sacks in that win last week, and now they've got one here.
Flat out a tremendous call. Perfect timing to blitz the corner, and the result proves it. There was barely time for the QB to set himself up to throw, let alone look downfield for a target before he was absolutely decked by somebody who I think enjoyed that chance to rush the passer.
So the heave knocked away from the intended targets. That brings up 4th down. And I think we kind of all knew what was coming. That last sack kind of forced their hand. The best option to extend that drive was to just throw it deep and hope.
I think that's exactly why sacks are so productive for defenses, is because it does, to your point, force the hand of the offense.
They'll go. It's Mendoza. This is Cox. That's Bowers working downfield. They will stay on the field, and they deserve to after that play. A big conversion on 4th down. Well, we all know teams are embracing this more and more, Brock, but boy, from your own side, on a play like that, you would better convert.
If your offense doesn't cash that check, it's your defense who's got to pay the bill. But they get it done, and kudos to them.
After that 4th down exceeded expectations, look at this, some excitement as they come up to the line. It's 1st and 10. Mendoza working. This is a heater going deep. The look was there, but the catch is not. Contact deep downfield, and that's enough to pop that one out. So it's 2nd and 10 now. Ball still at that 39-yard line. This is Mendoza. Caught. Trey Tucker makes the play. And give him 10 yards there. A lot of work done as they set up 3rd and very short.
Brings up 3rd down.
A give to Mixon up the middle. And they fought their way through to stop him behind the line. It's going to be 4th now and less than a yard. So the run goes backwards. What do you think, Brock? Is it time that they start getting a little more aggressive, take some more risks offensively?
Not in my book. You've not earned that right. I think a lot of play callers feel that same way, too. Man, you get to earn the right to be aggressive and take shots when you can do the basics, like, I don't know, run for a positive gain.
Clint Kubiak sending the call in. Yeah, he's going to go for it on 4th down. Mendoza going for it. It's complete. This is Bowers. That'll be the first and more. And that is a touchdown.
That play really had all the elements you're looking for from a tight end, showing that he can stretch that field. With the route, check. Secure the catch, quickly become a runner, check. And finally go finish that drive off and celebrate with your homeboys.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. Accuracy perfect there as it's center cut. And they trail by 3.
Broncos 10, Raiders 7.
Raleigh set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Harvey now to return it. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. The Broncos and quarterback Bo Nix gearing up for their next series. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. Rob Flat, first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. Offense up to the line fast.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and
now a 2nd down throw for Nix.
20-yard line.
And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
And he's going down. They make the play at the 11. Quiddy Pay. And that's going to bring up 4th and 19 now. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Fielded just beyond his 40. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Raiders offense headed out just before the break. And with all their timeouts remaining, Brock, they might be able to put a little something together here. On 1st and 10, Mendoza. Throwing left side, Bowers has it. And he's going to be hit almost immediately after making the catch. And it's going to be about a 6-yard pickup. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Coming off a 6-yard completion, here's 2nd and 4. Here's Mendoza. Lasers this one deep down the middle. He's got it inside the 10. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Trey Tucker, the 2nd score that he has brought in this season. And with that score, he's reached a benchmark he's long had his eye on. 30 touchdowns in one season. And he's going to come away pleased with how well he has played to put up that kind of number this year. Gay to add the extra point. Send right down the middle and good. And they jump ahead by 4.
Next to score, Raiders 14, Broncos 10.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Harvey now to return it. So they're going to begin from the 36 as he's brought down. The Broncos taking the field for the final time in this first half. They're going to have to be quick about anything that they want to do here, partner. Enough time for a few snaps at most. Next looking to throw. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to be dropped quickly after making that catch. Gain limited to a couple.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 38.
Looking on 2nd down. Nix. Gets it downfield on target to Sutton. And he's going to get this one ahead for what looks to be about 20 yards, maybe even a little more, and that first down.
21 yards.
Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. On comes Will Lutz in the Broncos field goal unit. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. So a one-possession game, Brock, after our first 2 quarters. Now let's throw it over to our pal Scott Hansen. He's got our halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Our trip around the NFL starts now. We begin at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. The Chargers at home to take on the 49ers. And it's the second-year running back, Omarion Hampton. He gets past the first wave of the defense, and the race is on. And it turns into a 70-yard touchdown run. The Chargers get it done as they come away with the win. Next up, let's check on the Cowboys and the Rams from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. And this is Dak Prescott finding his all-pro wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb. That one on a dime, 40 yards for the touchdown. This one's at halftime, and it's the Cowboys who have the lead, trying to steal one on the road. Lastly, time for a look at the best of the best. Here is our Impact Player of the Week, and we believe it has to be this man. And this is Drake London. He had his way with the defense from beginning to end. How about 4 touchdown catches in the game? The Falcons have little problem here. They run away with a dominant win. With that, time to take a look at the playoff picture here in Week 15. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward as we get you back out to Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Big thank you to our guy Scott Hansen and the gang down in Orlando. Got a close one here, Brock, as our second half gets underway. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Tucker now on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Raiders and Fernando Mendoza back out there offensively. And last drive, he reached one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together finding the end zone. Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. Now Mendoza. Taken in by Hill, right side. And they're going to get to him, bring him down after allowing about 13 on the play. And that sets up a Raiders first down.
Las Vegas first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
First carry here for Ashton Genty. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Stopped that time by Nick Benito.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. This finds its target. That's Hill. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
On first down, Genty. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
2nd down now for Mendoza. He gets this to Michael Mayer. And he's going to be brought down right after making that catch. A good gain, but the tackle limits it to 9. 3rd down and 2 here. The offense coming to the line for its 7th play of this drive. Here's the snap to Mendoza. Oh, it's nearly intercepted. Either way, he was breaking up that throw, Brock. He wanted the pick, but can't hang on. It hits the ground, so that's going to bring up 4th down. Matt Gay on to line up this field goal. It's going to be a 46-yarder. Gay's kick is good. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
Well, they'll take it. Some points to add a little to what's still a pretty small lead. Eventually, I think we all know they've got to find a way to reach the end zone.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Harvey now to return it. Jukes away from one. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Broncos are getting the ball back as J.K. Dobbins runs out there. And his performance has ailed against what has been a very stout defensive front. This hasn't been a contest to stack up there among his better showings, partner. They've made it real difficult to find any holes to hit, and there's been absolutely no space for him to work with. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground. Cortland Sutton, the man he was after. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Oh, he taps it quick for the receiver coming across here. And a decent run gets about 4. It's going to be 3rd down.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Here's Nix to throw. Gets everything he has under this one. Well, they had the look. Certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
On now comes their punter. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The Raiders and Fernando Mendoza back out there offensively. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8, 2nd down.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to start the table.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd
Nice run
and
last
2.
play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Back to Genty. They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. Third down coming up. Inside the final minute of our third quarter.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Mendoza, 3rd and short. It is almost picked off. He had the interception, but he couldn't hang on. Will, though, still bring up 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
The almost pick hasn't shaken their faith in this offense. They're leaving him out there. Here's 4th down. And they're going for this. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And he's able to manage a couple on that run. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
At the 34-yard line.
To throw, here's Nix. And he's going to be taken down back at the 39. The day 3 pick gets his first career sack. And we won't have another snap. That is the end of our third quarter. It's Broncos football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the 4th. Welcome back, football fans. 3rd down now as we begin our final quarter. Nix now to throw. And he's finally caught after a big 3rd down gain, but was one of his teammates caught by an official. We've got a flag down. So instead of running 3rd down again, they decide to bring up 4th and let him keep the gain on the last play. Down a score. They're going to go for this on 4th down. They'll run here following the penalty. And this one's overwhelmed. They drive him backwards and off the field with this turnover on downs.
I love aggressive defenses, and a blitz on 4th down's a gutsy call. But it can work against the pass, or in that case, against the run. Good luck running for the sticks when you've got a whole defense crashing the line of scrimmage off the snap.
As the Raiders go back on offense, there you see Broncos defensive coordinator Vance Joseph. This is season number 6 across 2 stints with the Broncos, his 4th as defensive coordinator here, Brock, and previously their head coach in 2017 and 18. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First play is going to be again to Genty. Small gain there, maybe 3 if he's lucky to begin this drive.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Mendoza. And an unforced error. Can't bring that one in. That's going to go as a drop, and that means it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Mendoza now. He has the first over the middle. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Giving this to Gente. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Mendoza on second. They did it! He made the interception! And the Broncos have some new life in the fourth!
That's just a bad decision, frankly. And really, as a quarterback in this moment of the game, you got to know it's not a time to take a risk. Cannot be throwing out life preservers and giving that other team, your opponent, a chance like he just did.
The Broncos offense all set to go. The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. They passed on the field goal, didn't get it on fourth down. Interested to see what they do if a similar situation arises on this next possession. First play of the drive, Brock. You always tell me that's always the start of a new battle. The defense wins round one in this series.
Yeah, and this next down kind of sets the table, right? You got to now put yourself in a manageable third down after lack of execution on first.
And again, it's going to hit the ground. Incomplete. Looking for his running back, and 2 straight incompletions that made this third down.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket. Genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Running back sent in motion left. They'll throw. Third and long. He's going for it himself. And Nick slides in safely, doing so after he picked up that first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Finds Sutton over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's good for Broncos first down.
And the Broncos first down.
They've got a man in motion. Here's Nix. They'll set up the screen here. It's Harvey. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Complete to R.J. Harvey. No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 22-yard line.
And they're not going to have time for another play here. We've reached our 2-minute warning. Broncos losing by 7. Got the catch, but didn't get any yardage on it, so still 10 to go on second down. Nix. Right back to Harvey they go. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
Specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Shit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up. Oh, Brock, he's had to wait and wait to even be targeted in this game, and he's going to have to keep waiting now to see that first catch.
You know who will not be waiting? The critics after this one. You've got to get your tight end involved. Find a way somehow to get him the ball.
And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Denver.
Complete to Evan Ingram.
So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean in his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. And everyone can breathe a little bit easier now, at least for the moment. The try is up and good, and they have found a way to tie it late here in the fourth quarter. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Lowby with the return. He's got a lane up past the 30.
Hey, maybe in the end this return just gets lost in the shuffle when we recap things, Kate. But you surrender a lead in the fourth quarter and you feel that momentum being lost. That's exactly what excellent special teams do. They turn it around. It's why that third phase is coached and coached and coached, because you never know when your opportunity may arise. What a great return to begin this drive.
Here he is to throw. That one's complete over the middle. And he's going to be dropped quickly after making that catch. Gain limited to a couple. Couple of yards on the catch leaves him 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
Back to throw. Right back to Hill. This is caught. He's going to be taken down. Play goes for about 10 yards. And it is first down, Las Vegas. The timeout taken by Vegas. That's its second. And they're still going to have one left at their disposal.
47-yard line.
To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. Setting up to pass. Taking a deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
That incompletion does one thing, Kate, gives everybody a chance to take a little breath, really, on both sides. And offensively in that huddle, I'm reminding my guys, play fast, but not in a hurry. Play fast, but never rushed.
2nd down, and this is Mendoza. Absolutely fires this one right side. And that's sent to the ground by a defender and incomplete. Would have been one for the highlight reel, but instead, they're facing 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Now to throw. It's complete. This is Bowers. And the stop is made, but not until he reaches that 17-yard line. A clutch moment for a massive play. 36 yards. Now the Raiders using the last of their timeouts. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Time not on their side here as they get set for first down. No timeouts remaining either. He'll look to throw it. And they're going to get there in time. Down he goes. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
At the 28-yard line.
Well, he got about as deep in that pocket as he could go, Brock. Thought that we'd see him throw it away, but he got laid out instead.
Yeah, again, just a lesson that you kind of stack all these lessons when you're a young quarterback, and you think you can get away from these guys. Not at this level. Once again, they call on him. And once again, he delivers. Had to be so confident sending him out there that he was going to win them this game, and he did just that.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. His return starts at the 5. All right, some good work on that run back, Brock. He gets this to the 33.
At their own 33-yard line.
Down to 8 seconds to this and maybe one more snap. Throwing here, Nix. Trying to push deep downfield. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So put this in the win column for the Raiders. And they take not just the victory, but some serious year-long bragging rights home with them after this one, as they finish off the sweep of their division rivals. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders winners, as we bid you farewell from Las Vegas.